Hi, my name is Takayama, and this is my MPX presentation. So, my story starts with a person hiking up a mountain, and the adventure starts when they reach the base of the mountain. And they heard a lot about how difficult it was compared to previous hikes that they went on, but they decided to keep going because giving up wasn't going to be any fun for them. And so, I'm going to put it into my perspective now because that's how I wrote it. And so I look up in fear, and it's definitely going to be a difficult hike that may take all day. But it's definitely bigger than anything else I've taken on, but I'm going to continue on. At the beginning of the trail, I see a sign that tells me to stop, and I think about what I was doing here. I'm not going to get quick though, because I just want to get on with the day. This is about my humanities book, right? So the standard that I associated with this one was to maintain a positive mindset and a belief in the value of persistence and learning. So this is my humanities book, right? And I felt like I was very successful in this because I was able to reflect on my learning in a short amount of time using a prompt. And even though they weren't graded, I felt successful because it kind of helped me reflect, but also think about what was going to happen in the future of the book or prepare myself for questions. And it was fun for me because I got to put my maximum amount of effort into being able to write, and it has been with the standard because I always look forward to being able to kind of see what I know after reading and see how much I understand it. It always gave me a better perspective of what I read when I was able to write it out and read over what I wrote, even as kind of a summary, just so I understood better. And a challenge with this was being creative with it because I didn't really want to write a reflection just of the chapters over and over every time. And so the difficult part was being creative, but something that made it even harder was obviously the time constraint because I didn't have a lot of time to think about what I wanted to write. But once I did kind of get the ball rolling and become more creative with the writing pieces, I felt like I got a lot better with it and I was able to express myself better. So I decided to carry on with the hike and walk up the steep path stairs. About an hour passes while I was hiking and I get bored, so I find a rock and I pull out my bag and get a pen and pad. So this was about carbon infographic because in the story you could kind of see a view of the ocean and I wanted to draw different kinds of things that I could see from there. And so that's how I tied in carbon infographic. So the standard related to this was to communicate effectively using multiple mediums, spoken, written, artistic, and digital. For the spoken aspect, we had to present in class and also to parents in Koihao in the exhibition. So that was kind of a test of how well we knew what we had to research and draw out. For written, obviously we had to write our information in a way that looked kind of visually pleasing, so it wasn't just unorganized. For artistic, we had to draw the wheel in the middle and kind of just organize everything, similar to the writing, so it wasn't really messy. And for digital, we had to just do a lot of research and find different ways to put our information out. And for this, I enjoyed the ability to be creative because I kind of got to direct where I wanted to go with it and not just have a plain poster. And something that we kind of as a group struggled with was finding relevant information that tied in with whales for carbon because something in specific that we had to deal with was finding proteins and carbohydrates that related to whales with carbon. And we searched further into it and all we had to do was look into the whale's diet. We got a chance to tie it in there and worked out great with the poster. So I finished drawing and I packed my bag and I move on. I imagine the view can only get better from here. I noticed it gets less and less crowded as the hike goes on because it's almost noon by now. And everyone's walking down the path beside me to get down the base. But I noticed one man standing out on the peak, and as I'm walking past him, he turns around and I noticed that he's Native American, and that kind of brings me back to a history class that I took a couple of years ago, and it reminded me of the outpost of World War II. So for this, I tied it into the Native American Photoshop project because it was Native American and it kind of made sense to tie in here for me. And the standard that I put for this was building social emotional awareness and empathy in an increasingly interconnected world. And I enjoyed this project because we got to use technology in a way to be creative and like kind of in an abstract way to get our point across and increase awareness. So the success was was that we got to inform parents about this problem that happened and even like teach people, and for the people who didn't know, we got to kind of like further go deeper into it and be able to explain more about it. And the problem that we had with this poster specific was finding relevant information, and we kind of had to like either stretch for it or like kind of put a few things together at once to make it all come together and make sense and have a proper flow to it. And yeah, with the internet kind of growing bigger, things like this are being forgotten, and so being able to teach parents about this kind of helped us and made us feel good about the cause that we were helping for. Yeah, so another thing with the problem was not being able to use a lot of words because then it would get really cluttered, so we had to improvise it with the arrows. And so I thank him and I wish him well and I move on with that. I pass by a few trees and it resembles a small forest. I see a chameleon in the trees and it jumps down and I realize that it's a Jackson. So this is messed up, I didn't get any picture of this, but it's fixed now. But the standard that I set to tie in this was nurture sustenance through the environment and community in which they live. So this was obviously the zoo banners, and the reason that I tied this in with this project was because we were helping the environment and kind of fixing problems that we had created as a society. And I felt like we're successful in this because we're able to teach students and parents who came to the exhibition in the Watase courtyard. And kind of like, it's a weird topic that a lot of people don't really think about because everyone, I seem like, likes to hold on to their pets or cares for them. And so bringing up a topic like this was really new and nobody really understood much about it. So it felt good to be able to bring this point up and progress with it. And a struggle that we had with this was technically difficult with Illustrator, as you can kind of see here. We ran into a lot of problems like with coloring or with moving certain things around, and that was kind of a problem that we had to overcome, and we didn't until recently. And yeah. So I snap back to reality and continue on to the top of the mountain. On the way, I noticed a small puzzle engraved into a large rock on the side of the path. It tells me to take out the rocks, put the box beneath, and make the shape to match the illustration.
The timer went off, but you're at 8:20.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
So the standard that I tied into this was apply creativity and imagination to problem solving. So for this was the pencil box project and we made a pencil box with Mr. McIntosh. I felt like we were successful because in the end we had a good design that we all liked, including Mr. McIntosh. But the main problem that we had was several of the restrictions, one of them being only being able to use square and rectangular shapes. And initially when we heard about the project, we wanted to do a lot of different things, but a lot of those got cut off because of the restrictions. And then we heard about we need 3 compartments, so it's not a lot, but it definitely stopped us from doing a couple of things that we wanted to do. But eventually we did overcome all the challenges and make a design that we thought looked good and worked well. And the view from up here is amazing. I'm glad I worked hard to get up here and that everything's paid off. One thing I'm glad I improved on was this year was creativity. There were a lot of projects that kind of had a bigger focus on creativity than, not necessarily than the actual information, but it was definitely more than last year per se. And I'm glad it was something that we got to work on for the future. Something that I think I could still improve on was my ability to research, because especially this year there were a lot of very specific topics that we had to research about, and it became apparent to me that it was difficult to not just Google something and pick the first thing that comes out. So we had to kind of dig further deep, and yeah.